The fastest way to start scoring more points and winning more games in Madden 26 is to be in one of the 3 best offensive playbooks in the game. Luckily, in this video, I am breaking down those top 3 playbooks that you absolutely must be using. I just showed one of them to this player, and he won a $2,000 money game instantly, so I know the same thing can happen for you as long as you don't skip out on any of them. Let's jump right into it. Because that first playbook I want to show you is a super toxic one that's also slept on right now. Let me introduce you to the Cardinals playbook. So first, if we come into pistol deuce close, RPO read cheat flat, alright? What makes this so overpowered and so dangerous is not actually when you call it like this, because we're going to have them in random defense. Like when you call it like this, sure, that post can get open, and of course we score a touchdown in the first play because you can speed boost. So it's good to have that post, but really what makes this super dangerous is the ability to hot route your receivers on these RPOs. So what you're going to see is you can hot route your B receiver. You can put him on an out route, or you can leave him on his motion, just depending on what you want to do. But it's really your tight end who you can put on a out route, and then you can just basically custom stem him all the way down. So we're going to bring that guy in motion, and then we can look out here to McBride, who is going to create very good separation, especially when he's a good route runner, right? If they're running man. Now, if they're running zone, it becomes even easier just because, like, you just get him the ball super fast. And this is the slot corner. He gets sucked inside, like right here, boom, inside to defend the run. And then the 14 receiver goes to block him. But you also see how this man's not paying attention either. So they just really allow for the tight end to get easy yards out there in the flat. And there's really nothing that they can do about it, right? So again, same thing, put the tight end here on an out route, McBride, and then you can also see how, boom, right here, we're just going to look inside to throw that pass. Now, when they run man coverage, it's like, okay, it can be a little bit better for them on defense to defend that route. You could also just hand the ball off, like you're going to see right here, if you have a lane open, James Conner. Now, you want to have a guy, hopefully, I mean, any player that's on the field for you should be able to speed boost, right? That's a very important thing right now, you know, with the current meta. But we bring this guy in motion, we see it's man coverage, and then we just look out here to McBride. You see how once again we're able to and then just run him over, right? You just see how that defender out there is going to get sucked inside with the RPO, especially if they don't pass him at their defense. So we look at it, boom, this guy's open, but then he's looking down to defend the run. And so then we just throw this pass out here. One of the most toxic RPOs here in the game. You have your post, you have your wheel, you can hand the ball off, and you can throw your out route. But let me show you another play here from the Cardinals playbook. Because good defensive players are probably going to force you to pass the ball, but luckily you have this play flood, which is just going to annihilate pretty much every zone defense. We talk about all the time everything beaters, plays that can beat every defense regardless of what they run. Simply put your running back on an in route, and now you have a route concept that has the ability to attack every defense in the game. You're going to go through your read progression. So depending on if it's man or zone, against zone, you're going to look to your 2 flats, Y and RB. Then you're going to look to your tight end, and then you can look to X, and then your 5th read can really just be taken off with your quarterback. Against man coverage, you're probably just going to look to your tight end, your in route, and your dig. But it's like, I mean, right here, clearly zone coverage, step up in the pocket, and Kyler Murray's 5'9", so the pass gets batted down. But the thought process with a play like this is you never want to take a sack. You see how they're blitzing, and so it's like you have to identify the blitz, right? Take the snap again right here, clearly recognize man coverage, and so we're just able to hit that backside dig to Marvin Harrison Jr. So it's like stepping up in the pocket is really the most important thing, free-form passing away from defenders. Obviously, you have Kyler Murray, so taking off is a great option for you. You have the tight end corner out open, so really you continue to go through this. Like, this is a type of play that you can just call every play up and down the field. Like I said, the RPO really should be the starter here for you, but then really when they force you to pass, simply call flood, you know, go through your read progression, your checkdowns first, then your tight end, then your dig, and then take off with your quarterback. But the Cardinals playbook, one that's really good right now. Alright, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the Cardinals playbook here in Madden 26, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I break down Madden 26 tips and tricks every single day and give you guys free ebooks. You don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. But let me show you the next playbook, which is going to be the best passing offense here in Madden 26. It's meta for a reason. Let me break down the Jaguars playbook. Alright, so when we talk about the Jaguars playbook, Gun Bunch X Nasty, there's a reason why this is the best offense here in the game, and it really all starts with this play, motion cross post. I played franchise, I played in, on regs. It's like when you call in MUT here, it's like you call this play, every single play of a game, they're going to have a tough time guarding it for the simple fact that it has so many options against every defense in the game, right? They run cover 2 right there, you have your fade or your wheel open on the sideline, right? They run man coverage, you have your crab route. Now, the great thing is it's a motion, so you're going to have a man zone tail literally every play, and then you just have to go through the read progression of determining who's open, right? Your drag can beat man, your tight end post can beat man, and your running back crab route can beat man out of the backfield. This looks like zone coverage, which it is, right? And so now you just take the snap, read the coverage, and then I'm just going to hit that. And the great thing about this is you can get the ball out into open space really quickly, right? So you can hit that running back crab route behind the line of scrimmage, but then you can speed boost away from defenders, right? So this just looks like cover 3, and so we're just going to be able to pass that fade right there on the sideline for a huge game, right? It's like their user is going to have to either chase routes or switch stick in order to really do a great job of covering this. So again, boom, auto motion wheel, zone coverage tell, no one's on that side, and so we're able to get that pass out into open space. So it's like, this is a play that, kind of like I showed you from Flood, this is one that's designed to beat every defense in the game. Right here, we're going to put them in man coverage right here, because when you see man, you look for your crab route. Boom, and you're just able, well, that time I actually ended up getting sacked. That time they actually blitzed more people than I could block, so that's kind of unfortunate, but here we're going to put them in like cover 2 man, for example, right? You guys hate playing against cover 2 man, and you're just going to notice that your running back crab route, it just creates great separation. Just look at that. Right, you're just able to see how a pass behind the line of scrimmage is able to turn it into a 20-yard gain down the field simply because of the leverage of the DB. So you're able to see right here, boom, he's on the opposite side of him. This guy has the leverage advantage, or excuse me, it's this guy. He has the leverage advantage, and he still can't defend this route out of the backfield just because he takes a horrible pursuit angle when the ball's in the air, and then we're just able to cut it up and turn it into a huge gain. So really the bottom line with this play, you're going through a read progression. You take the snap, you look for your wheel. I mean, you know what coverage they're in, man zone. So you look for your wheel, then your drag, then your crab route. If they're in man, you immediately look to your crab route out of the backfield. So boom, man coverage tell, and right here I'm just going to look to my drag just because the crab route ended up getting bumped out of the backfield, which will happen sometimes. But really motion cross post, an unstoppable money play. But also we come into motion dig under right here. This is another one that's going to be like impossible to stop for a multitude of reasons. So when they want to run zone coverage, this is the route concept that you're going to set up. You're going to put B on a drag, tight end on a crosser, all right? And so right here, they're going to be in zone coverage, right? So you're going to bring this guy in motion, and what you're going to notice is he's going to run a return route. Your running back's going to run a return route out of the backfield, and he's going to do a great job. Notice how their whole defense literally glitched out right there, and you just have to like speed boost after the catch. So it's like this play has the ability to beat every defense in the game, because if they run man coverage, you're going to have 4-man beating routes. Right, so right here we're going to actually put them in just cover 1, because cover 1 is going to suck against this particular play, and I'm going to show you why. So it's going to be the same thing, bring this running back in motion, but you're really looking for Brian Thomas Jr. on his route. Okay, boom, take the snap, and you're just trying to lob that pass over the top. It's a slot fade, and it does a great job of just stepping on the toes really, and getting behind that DB once he bends the route off. It's kind of a unique route. If you put him on a streak, this isn't really going to happen. Now, certainly having a speed advantage helps, but you can see how this defender step for step. But the further he runs down the field, the further he's able to just bend that route off. I wouldn't run this against cover 2 man simply because there would be a safety, but when the safety is coming from the middle of the field, you just lob this pass over the top towards the sideline, easy pass lead outside for an easy touchdown, free form, easy dot, right? But also notice how this return route from the running back, and this glitched route here, this is like a glitch drag. He gets like a speed boost off the line, and he's able to get separation, to the outside. So kind of, the Jaguars playbook is just filled with nightmare plays that will beat every defense in the game, right? So more zone coverage here, bring the guy in motion. Your tight end crosser can also get open, so take the snap depending on if you have time, but right here you just hit that underneath pass and you turn that into a big gain. Also know that against zone coverage, you probably have your return route open in the middle of the field, so boom, take it, yeah, you can just have your return route, and then you also have your drag kind of crossing the face at the same time. So it's you have a whole lot of options. Just step up in the pocket and go about making the read. But the Jaguars playbook, I mean, this play destroys cover 0, cover 1 for an easy lob touchdown over the top, but then you also have motion cross post to beat every defense in the game. Alright, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the Jaguars playbook here in Madden 26, again, wanted to remind you to go down below, hit that subscribe button. I'm the only one right now breaking down Madden 26 tips and tricks to you guys every single day, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content I have. But if you want my full Jaguars offensive ebook with the best written breakdowns, the best videos, the best screenshots, everything you're going to need to help you dominate an offense, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. I guarantee it'll transform the way you play offense and unlock your entire scheme. But let's jump into that final playbook, which is going to be the most explosive offense here in this game from the Lions playbook. Another one that's super slept on. Let me show you why. Alright, so when we talk about explosive offense, we're talking about one play touchdowns, alright? And this play is going to absolutely destroy cover 3 defenses, alright? So we're going to, the setup is just going to be putting your running back on a streak route right here, and then you're going to put your B receiver on a drag. Now, hopefully you would have Jamison Williams in the slot RB, because RB is going to be the guy who kind of takes the top off the defense. Now, you certainly want to have that check down, because if you get shedded, you need another option. Right there, we have it open. This is a longer developing play, and so that's why I say it's like you have to really read, are you going to have time, or you just have to trust it, right? Because if you pass up on your drag early in the play, it's probably not going to be open later on. So you're just going to see how we're just going to be able to pass that ball inside, and we're able to, can we outrun Minka? And we are, so we have a touchdown, right? So it's like this play has the ability to attack every defense in the game, but it's specifically designed to beat cover 3 defenses because of your fade. So if we set it up again, also you could look for your running back right up the seam if that was something that you wanted to go to. But what you're just going to notice is that RB receiver is just going to bend that route off over the top, and Jared Goff has a noodle arm and absolutely sails it. But if we look at the instant replay, he's able to get behind that DB just for a super easy, score. So it's like you always want to be on the short side with this play, but I mean, look at Jared Goff's freaking noodle arm, dude. So you're able to just see how when he bends this route off, he gets behind this DB, boom, and so then he's open. I mean, Jared Goff just literally just sails the ball in the air. But also notice how you have this route, boom, this route right here out of the backfield, like you could just throw it right up the seam. You also have your crosser if their zones don't drop too far. But then, like I said, it's like this drag route does a great job of getting open and doing a great job of that. But it's like you're really trying to take the top off the defense. Let me see if Jared Goff will throw this pass how I want him to. But if I didn't already say, this is motion PA cross switch from Y off trio close. All right, there we go. And I think he overthrew that one. But boom, take the snap again, and let's see, boom, and yeah, we're just going to be able to bend that right off. That one should be green. Don't underthrow that one. Yep, there we go. Jared Goff throws it. So he's just able to get behind the DB. It's one of the most unique routes in the game, simply because here's the communication issue. It's between the inside third and outside third. This just looks like he's running a streak, so the outside third is guarding him, but then he bends it off inside. These guys are late communicating, and he's able to get behind the DB. Like I said, the faster receiver that you have, the better this is going to be. But like against cover 2, you saw it earlier against cover 2, when they give you a single high safety look cover 3, one of the best one-play touchdowns in the game, and what makes the Lions playbook so explosive. Alright, so if you enjoyed that breakdown of the top 3 offensive playbooks you need to be using here in Madden 26, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button. I break down Madden 26 tips and tricks for you guys every single day to help you get better, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content that I have. But if you want my full Jaguars offensive ebook with the best written breakdowns, video breakdowns, screenshots, everything you're going to need to dominate an offense here in Madden 26 in the Jaguars playbook, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab it today by using code YouTube to get 20% off. I guarantee to transform the way you play offense. And if you want to see a gameplay of me running it in a live action gameplay against a real opponent, check out this video. I'll see you over there. Peace.